Hey y'all, this is Anna Alexander. Welcome to my living room as we're about to watch episode 5 of the Disney Plus series, Moon Knight. Yeah, y'all, this has been a very interesting series. I have been intrigued and entertained. Visually, beautiful. Oscar Isaac, great. Ethan Hawke, great. Kind of interesting concepts they've thrown at us, but I can see where people would sometimes go, I can't follow along. If you ever need an example of deep point of view, this story is it. If you would like an example of the unreliable narrator, this story is it. And I can appreciate on some level the fact that they are holding true to that vision of that deep point of view. Like if Steven doesn't know it happened, then it doesn't happen in our story. If Mark doesn't know it happened, it doesn't happen in our story. We did have a few scenes from Harrow's point of view, which, okay, that's fine, but still same thing. I do find it interesting, though, so far we have only had one scene in Layla's point of view, and that was her getting the fake passport. And it makes me wonder why that specific scene so far is the only one that we've gotten from her point of view. Fighting the zombie thing? Oh, I guess that wasn't her point of view when she was fighting the zombies. That is true. I find it interesting. As my peanut gallery is feeding me some comments that are very good and valid comments. Thank you, peanut gallery. But so, okay, so here we are, left off. Mark is in an asylum. And boy, have the theories abounded about online about what this could mean. Starting with the first part of the show was all in Mark's head. And now we're in the asylum, which is now the real part of the story. Then we have how the asylum is the part that's in Mark's head, splintered as he's been shot as well. Valid also. The other one is that Mark's been dying this whole time, and this whole series is him going through the Egyptian underworld being judged. My thought is they're all plausible. Every single one has its good points, bad points, totally plausible. And until it is presented in front of me, I'm not going to strain my head too much figuring out which one is which. So saying that, we're just going to jump right into it because what the hell? We've got the Egyptian goddess of fertility and a sarcophagus that may or may not have Jake in it. I want to see what's in that sarcophagus. So let's get the big cozy blanket. Although it was kind of nice, even though the wind was crazy. I've got my water. I'm ready to go. Hey, thanks for joining me. Let's get to it.
This is all your fault!
Calm down, Mark.
Oh.
Your mind
Oh,
is
oh, oh.
violently vacillating between sense and nonsense. Your brain is a pendulum.
Oh, no.
That you are my patient here at Putnam Medical Facility
no.
in Chicago, Illinois, and a reassuring fantasy that you've created on your own.
Crap, which one's real?
Not a doctor. I feel real. I feel like a real doctor.
Which one is real?
You're right. You're right. It was a hippopotamus, and but it talked. Do you think that is sense or nonsense?
Made a crescent moon shape.
It could be. Could be a psych ward. Yeah.
So the pyramid that was on his desk is gone, and I find that interesting because I thought for certain he was going to stab him with that pyramid.
Hey, thank you. I feel really great. I mean, it was...
Oh, it's in his hand.
Thank you. Doctor,
I don't want to lose the good work we did today. No, listen, Mark, be gentle with him. Be gentle with him. Listen, I am not...
He's going to stab himself in the face. Oh, no.
Well, that makes two of us, because just a second ago I thought that I'd been shot to death.
Oh gosh, this will really bake your noodle, but I think you were just taking a little time out. I'm afraid you're actually quite dead.
I'm dead? We're dead? She's right. I think we died.
Win. Win. Win.
This is the afterlife? The afterlife?
An afterlife, not the afterlife. You'd be surprised how many intersectional planes of untethered consciousness exist.
Yeah.
Like the ancestral plane. Oh, just gorgeous.
Is that the Wakandan ancestral plane?
Why would we imagine this realm to be a psychiatric hospital? Because we're insane.
Oh no.
We go through here, there's gonna be a bunch of patients, and there's Crawley, probably about to yell, bingo! Oh my God!
This is the underworld. I'm not crazy. I'm dead.
Yay? Yay.
So he's the smart one, hey? If your heart's balanced in life, then you will spend eternity in paradise.
Ooh.
Wait, what's she doing?
Oh, she's weighing our hearts on the scales of justice. And
Oh God, more scales.
All right, what are you proposing? If it comes to it, kill the hippo, steal the boat. Kill.
I don't think that's possible.
It's the hearts. They aren't full. It's like they each feel incomplete.
What does that mean?
You're missing someone.
Get in there and show each other the truth. Balance
Oh.
your scales before we arrive at the field of reeds, or your souls will be destroyed.
Oh, okay. That's funny that he remembers something that recent. Oh, so they're going recent history.
Mark, why is there a child in a room filled with people that you've killed?
Open the door!
Mom?
Food's ready. Who's hungry? Roro? Mom, come check out my drawing.
We're actually meeting
Mark, be nice to your little
Mom?
brother.
I had a brother.
What?
Hey, Mark. What do? Keep an eye on your brother, okay?
Oh, please no, please no, please no.
Mom said not to when it's raining. It'll be fine. Don't be a baby.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let him drown. This is all your fault. This is all your fault.
Can't have a birthday without your favorite cake. Get started on these, okay?
You were always jealous of him.
Oh jeez.
Ever
Oh
since he
jeez.
was born.
Son, please come inside. She will get help. We will fix this. You're supposed to fix this. I mean, why haven't you?
Gosh, how many years? How many years of that? Where are we now? Is this in Egypt when he killed Layla's dad? Or I should say when Layla's dad was killed?
Didn't have a ton of options after that, so I went work for hire for my old CO Bushman. The job was to raid an Egyptian tomb. Bushman changed the plan, called for no witnesses, and I couldn't live with that.
Is that?
So it wasn't Duchamp. Mm-hmm.
What happened to you?
What a waste.
What the heck? Cyrus is not going to like this, but his gate is the only path back.
His gate. Huh. And who's in the third sarcophagus?
Okay, look, we don't have to go back through it all again. We can just talk. Let's just talk, right here.
What story are you gonna make up here, Mark?
It'll be all your fault. No, you can't! I won't do it! I won't do it! You can't make me! You can't make me!
No! Oh, no! Which one is real? Mm-hmm.
We can't involuntarily sedate patients. Not these days. Huh? I mean, not unless absolutely necessary. It's really, you've been peering inward.
Did his nose heal from the last time we saw him back in this office?
Do you think you created Stephen to hide from all the awful things you feel you've done in your life? Or do you think
Yes.
Stephen created Mark to punish the world for what your mother did to you?
Ooh. That is intriguing. Unless they created Jake. Yes, I desperately want that third personality to appear finally.
Open this door!
Bloody hell. Look at the state of this place.
Oh no. Oh, there's scales in his room. Oh no.
You're gonna learn to listen.
This is terrible.
You're not meant to see that. You're not meant to see that. That's the whole point of you.
Oh. Oh.
That hated you? That made your life a living hell?
You're lying. You're just trying to upset me.
But you've gotten to live thinking that she loved you, that she was kind, that she's still alive.
What are you talking about? She's alive. I speak to her every day. What are you talking about?
You don't, Pumpkin, you don't.
Let me out, 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 let me out. Sorry, I'm dreadfully sorry.
Oh, it's Steven. Steven.
It's good to see you again.
What is this? Is this some kind of test?
Again. Again.
What do you mean? I brought us here?
After your mother passed.
Oh. I thought he was going to say after he was fired from the museum.
That's not true.
Oh, I'm so, I must.
Are you having a laugh as well?
It'll make you
Don't
feel
bother
better.
her.
Hey, Dylan. Yeah,
Don't
could you
bother
call
her.
Mrs. Grant, please?
Is it Mrs. Grant?
Would you like to speak to your mother?
My mom is dead.
Oh, no.
Not giving you that satisfaction.
What's with that walk?
Yeah, sorry. This is it. Mom's death in Shiva 2 months ago. This was the moment our lives started bleeding into each other.
2 months? 2 months? Oh. So, was he Moon Knight when this happened? And huh. I'm piecing things together.
Hey, did you feel that? I think we just stopped.
Oh no.
How do we open it?
I'm so sorry. Your scales never balanced. The unbalanced souls of the duat now must claim yours.
Now? Now?
Mark, you don't look very friendly.
Hide. Hide.
Hide? Hide?
New York, goodbye.
So if one of them makes it? Huh.
But if I'm you,
Is Mark giving
I've got this too.
up? Oh, okay.
I prefer cricket.
Behind you. Behind you. I think there are more souls though. Yeah. What was it? Oh.
Steven! Steven! más allá del sol. Yo tengo un hogar, hogar.
So episode 5, it is fascinating and frustrating on many, 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 many levels. Let's talk about the good. Shall I talk about the good? Okay, so timeline. So if I am now to understand the timeline correctly, and this is when New Rockstars comes in, thank you fellas, I appreciate it dearly. So it sounds as if, okay, so horribleness happened to Mark. He then creates Steven. But it seems as if at some point in his teenage adult years, Steven was not needed as much. When he left home, Steven was not needed as much. He then became a mercenary for some reason. And it seems that was as if he kind of felt as if he deserved whatever horribleness happened to him because of what happened to his brother. But Steven was kept at bay. He then almost dies. Khonshu saves him. He's working as Moon Knight while being with Layla. How he met Layla and how Layla fits into things and them looking for Egyptian artifacts and whatnot. And because they had the scarab, they had Amit's scarab. So how that factors into this backstory, I have no clue. But the pieces we've been given, it sounds like they were working that way together. He gets the call his mother has passed. He goes home, has the breakdown. Steven comes back to protect him. And then that's when he goes back to London and lives as Steven for a while. So I guess it's only been 2 months that Steven has been working in the museum. How he got the apartment a few blocks away from where him and Layla lived and all the things that went with it, I don't know. That's the big plot hole for me. But it seems like that was the timeline, is that Steven has only been present for a short amount of the storyline. Let's talk about Oscar Isaac. Holy shit. So good. It's so good that you forget, you lose track of just how good it is until you realize that's him. The whole episode is him playing different characters, but you're forgetting it's the same guy. So good. So well done. This episode on its own was interesting bit of storytelling. It had all the beats. It had all of the emotions to it. It's heartbreaking watching him try to struggle, putting his past and how all of his fractured bits actually make him up, and then how to deal with those fractured bits. But this is when the negative comes in. This is the show about Moon Knight, the superhero, going after the bad guy, Arthur Harrow, who's trying to take over the world or wipe out souls that are imbalanced and whatnot. So while I can appreciate the craft and the story bit of this one episode, when you look at it, the context of Moon Knight itself and then overall the greater MCU, how does it fit? And so that's where the disconnect for me is. This show is called Moon Knight, and we've had very little Moon Knight in it. It's both a good and I can appreciate the good and bad things, but I can see why people would be, after this episode especially, be incredibly frustrated with this show. Totally understandable. And your opinions are valid anyway in this regard regarding art, but I see it. And I think it's a personal choice whether or not you are connecting with the story. Now, next week is the grand finale. How do they wrap this all up? How do you wrap this all up? We've got Harrow, we've got Layla, we've got Khonshu, we've got the things, the whatever, Shaktis, whatever, that are frozen things. And then again, the big question, how does this fit into the greater MCU world? And another question is, are we going to meet the third personality in the sarcophagus? No. But also, are we going to see Steven again? It seemed as if him falling into the sea of sand and, oh my gosh, freezing, I was conflicted because on one hand, it's like, oh my gosh, it's Stephen. We have come to care for Stephen. But the other hand, I'm sensing, recognizing that Stephen was going because he wasn't needed anymore. So yay for Mark that he has balanced that part of his psyche. But then we lost Stephen. So are we really going to lose Stephen? Or will we ever see him again? Because in reality, having Stephen around isn't that healthy. So it's so conflicting. It is so conflicting. How will it pan out? How will it pan out? They got a lot to cover. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Again, beautiful episode. But how does it fit in the greater context of everything? I don't know. But thank you so much for joining me. I'm interested in hearing what everybody else is saying. Wow. Yeah, I'm still processing. But I hope you join me next week for this episode of Moon Knight, the finale, as well as like Firefly, I'm still into, Outlander, True Blood, holy hell, True Blood. But I hope that I see you again and that you join me for those adventures. So thank you all so much again. And until next time, y'all.